opportunity of living it to the fullest. Unfortunately, so few of us know how to manage it all. How do we account for our opportunities? How do we account for our time? How do we account for our relationships, health, spirituality, homes, finances, influence, and careers? How do we account for the one life we have to live? I am so glad you asked. In this program, you will find answers to all of these questions and more. Welcome to the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore.
What's happening, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. And countdown to the end. This is part 2 of 4. What are we counting down? Oh, man, we are counting down to the last episode of the Account for Your Life podcast coming up on September the 7th. That is Thursday, September the 7th, the last episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. That's when it will be. Well, Jay, why are you stopping? Well, I'm taking a break. I'm going into my proverbial cocoon, right? I'm headed into a metamorphosis, if you will. I love what happens to a caterpillar. The caterpillar spends a lot of time getting itself ready before it goes into its cocoon for its metamorphosis, and it comes out amazingly beautiful. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take about 25, maybe 30 at the max to go into our proverbial cocoon and come out new. So when I come out, this podcast will no longer be the Account for Your Life podcast. It will be named something else, because let me give you a definition of transformation. Transformation is a dramatic change in form and or appearance. And when we come back, the transformation will be life altering. What will happen for those who come back to this podcast, those that will be exposed to the next version of this, will be even more amazing. So we'll have 850 episodes already ready for people to go back and account for their life. So guys, what are we talking about? Here's what I'm doing. I actually went back to the first 4 episodes. Yesterday, we talked about where am I and where am I now? And today, here's what we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss the things you can do you never realize, but when you realize is what we're going to talk about. When you realize how powerful you are. When you realize how powerful you are. You know, over this journey of becoming a person who could account for their life, you know, there's interesting things that happen. You know, there's, you know, I've had coaches, I've had mentors, I've read many books, I've went to many trainings, conferences, studied a lot, experienced different things, practice the things that I had to become better at and become more professional with. And what I've discovered the most now that I'm looking back and I'm saying, what did I realize what have I realized, right, about how powerful I am? And this is what I realized about how powerful that I am. And you have this as well. I was on a walk this morning, you know, and as I'm on the walk, and actually it was even before this, it was before the walk. It was when I woke up. It's like just before 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm coming out of my sleep, and I didn't actually go to bed. I didn't go to sleep until after 1 last night. So 4 o'clock, I knew that probably was not, but I woke up, it's just around 5, and I'm waking up, and something came over me, right? I have all the power that I need. Say that with me. I have all the power that I need. Say it one more time. I have all the power that I need. See, the power that I need, I already possess. See, and as I'm talking to God, and God is just reminding me, He says, dude, you have control over your experience. That's right. You do, not me. He's like, dude, yes, I've given you something that I possess. So God has given me a part of Himself. And this is realization. This is what Maslow would call self-actualization. When you actualize, when you say to yourself, what? This is me? This is who I really am? Oh Lord have mercy. This is amazing. And so I'm waking up in power. I'm waking up in power. And I'm saying, wow, I've gone through this journey of account for your life. Guys, if you're just catching this, we only have this episode and two more episodes of the Account for Your Life podcast. But I'll make another announcement about that. So I'm realizing the power. I'm realizing the power just like you can realize the power now. See, many people who teach personal development, they teach, how to change your thinking. And one of the things that they teach, and this is known, widely known, they just said you have to feel it. You have to see it first. It has to become real to you first so that before you actually possess it. So think about anything that you would like to have power over. Listen, think about this. That is what we're all craving for. We're all craving for power. We're craving for controlling our circumstances, controlling our situations, controlling everything that is us, controlling our days, like controlling our finances, controlling our bodies, controlling our minds, controlling our families, controlling like if there's anything to be controlled, we crave the control over it. Look, all you got to do is check out the news, check out all the stuff that's happening in the world. People crave the control. That's what people do. So when you self-actualize and you realize I possess the power already, God has given us the will to have everything that we decide we can have. In the moment we say we can't have something, that is when you can't have it. No, it's not yours anymore. So I wake up, right? I wake up and I feel the power. I'm like, but it's not like going to the gym power. You see guns coming right there, right? It's not like just going to the gym power, which I went to the gym and got more powerful in my body. It's that slight power where a negative idea comes towards you. We have a choice. I can partner with the negative idea, or I can partner with the idea of what I actually want. And so I was the thing about this power is I realized that just because something negative happened doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that that's real for me. No, it doesn't. What it means is that I can ignore that. I can, it's kind of like, I was on my walk and something came to my mind that I used to say several years ago. And I heard this saying, I can't remember the guy's name. This guy was he used to search the seas for treasure. Can't remember his name, but he had a very, very interesting way that he started every single day. Because look, they scoured the ocean. They were scouring the ocean to find all the lost treasures. They scoured the ocean floor, lost treasures. And every day he'd wake up, he'd say this one statement: today is the day we find the treasure. The day goes by, they don't find the treasure. Go to sleep, wake up the next day. Today is the day we find the biggest treasure of all. Go back out, they don't find it. Go back to sleep, wake up. Today is the day when my life changes and we become the richest we've ever. And literally, this is what happened He became one of the most widely known treasure, treasure seekers, and someone who actually got the big treasure. And I said, this power that we possess is the power to choose our experience. And so as I look back over the Account for Your Life podcast, and um, in that third episode, it was titled The Things You Can Do You Never Realize. It's when you realize now, after I've done the Account for Your Life thing, when you realize that you really have power, when you realize that there's nothing you can't do. And when I say that loosely, unless there's something physical that can stop us from doing something, like I can't grow to be 7 foot. There's not, if I say, hey guys, I'm gonna be 7 foot, Jay, you're 6'3", that's where it ended. So at the end of the day, there's certain things that we can't have. When it's a spiritual idea, you can have it. Say with me, when it's a spiritual idea, I can have it. That means that when I can think it, when it's an idea that can be created, when it's something that can literally be created out of an idea, then that means you have the power to do it. Think about this. Think about all the things you've thought about. All the things that you've thought about that you said that, or maybe you just discounted because, I don't know about that, But when you think, I'm thinking about things, I'm like, yo, if I thought it, that means it's real. There's something I've been thinking about. I'm like, oh my goodness, I know it's real. If I can think it, that means that there is a process, there is a program, there is a perception that I can actually do exactly what I'm thinking. So when you realize that the power is yours, when you realize that you can actually do, see, what is power? Is the ability to do. It's the ability to do it, right? And so if I can think about something, even listen, even something like, it's crazy, right? I've been watching these videos, about stretching and and making sure I keep take care of my legs, in a certain way, and I'm like, wow, uh, just by doing certain exercises with your feet, with your ankles, with your legs, you can jump higher. So when I think about that, I says, wow. So you telling me at 52, I'll be 52 next month, 52, I could potentially jump higher? Well, here's what the guy said. He says, now, Rome was never built overnight. So what it means is it may take some time, but if you keep doing this, you will have more lift on your jump. I was just like, wow, well, I'll just keep doing it until, right? I got as much time. I got as much time as God's given me. What does that mean? I have that ability to say to myself, I can do it. That means that if I can do it, then I can get the power to do it. And if I've got the power to do it, then that means I have the ability to do it. And if I have the ability to do it, then I know I can do it. So let's just think about this. Account for your life, right? Is 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 it gets you to a point when you self-actualize and say, oh, wait a second. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's right. I can do all. It did not say you can do some things through Christ who strengthens you. It says you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. So if that is true, come on now, then we have to first partner with that and say, okay, is that true? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Well, you got to prove it. Then what that means is I got to believe, I've got to say to myself that all things are possible when Christ lives in me. All right. But here's the problem. You ready for the problem? Sometimes we don't allow Christ to live in us. We block him out. We tell him no. No, 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 no. No, we don't want that. He's like, I thought you wanted it. I thought you wanted me to strengthen you. I thought you wanted me to guide you. I thought you wanted me to be your king, or I thought you wanted me to be your Lord. And apparently, some days you say you do, some days you say you don't. Well, you know what? When you make your mind up and you want to partner with, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, I'll be ready. So account for your life. To sum it up, when we self-actualize, we realize I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's it today. We've got 2 more episodes left in the Account for Life series. Look, guys, I'm just so super excited about the next thing, the next level where God's taking us. So don't miss these last 2 episodes, and be sure to account for your life. God bless, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, listening friends. We are so glad you invested this time with us. Always remember, you only have one life to live, so live it to the fullest. This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time, make it a great day.